One of the things I look forward to most each year is the Big Finish short series release. The last couple of years have really gone that extra mile, and as has often proved to be the case. This 4-episode release is a great way of introducing new writers to the world of Big Finish. It's the 7th Doctor and Ace's turn this time, so let's see what they're up to. You Are the Doctor and Other Stories is the 207th release in the Doctor Who monthly range, consisting of 4 one-part stories. These stories are You Are the Doctor by John Dorney, Come Die With Me by Jamie Anderson, The Grand Betelgeuse Hotel by Christopher Cooper, and Dead to the World by Matthew Elliott. You Are the Doctor. I'll admit, I had a sneaking suspicion this first title would somehow be in the style of those early 2000s choose-your-own-adventure stories. I'm pleased I was right, as this is such a fun episode with each track acting as a page in a book, and the story asking the audience to make a choice and affect what happens to the Doctor and Ace next. But this isn't just a creative gimmick Big Finish chose to add to their story. The strange, you choose what happens to the Doctor thing actually has bearing on the story, and even listening to the story from track 1 to 24 does kinda make sense, even if there are several choices that lead to your death. This is a really exceptionally great story in my opinion. It also makes great use of the Portians, the most incompetent invaders in the Doctor Who universe. Last seen in The Fourth Wall in 2012, You Are the Doctor manages to paint them in a most threatening light without changing their nature. They're still very incompetent at everything. Come Die With Me. Billed as a murder mystery, the second episode doesn't manage to best its predecessor, but still manages to be enjoyable, giving the Doctor and Ace a rather unusual murder mystery to solve. While Ace doesn't really do much in this story, or the Doctor for that matter, Come Die With Me is still a romp and something you can listen to in whatever mood. The Grand Betelgeuse Hotel. One of the things that makes Big Finish's story so popular is that unlike the TV series where every other episode can only create tension by threatening some large portion of the universe, Big Finish is content with isolated threats over an immediate, but oftentimes smaller areas. Every story in the short series is like that. Save for the first installment, they are all pretty straightforward. Big Finish falls into a familiar trap as a TV series, using the Doctor is dead or dying trope. Series 9 used it to death, no pun intended, so hearing it from the horse's mouth, in this case Ace, as she recounts a pseudo-time heist style story explaining why the Doctor isn't on trial with her feels jaded. Plus, Sophie Aldred is very unconvincing in conveying this heartache. Thankfully, scenes in the trial room do not take up much of the narrative, and the plot itself is like its immediate predecessors. Great fun to listen to. Dead to the World. The final story features my favorite baddie of the lot. It's also pretty obvious who they are, as the plot doesn't even bother disguising them. No redeemable qualities, just a pathetic, cruel, and evil SOB. And yet, they are effective. To a degree. They are effective as a villain to the degree the plot needs them to be. The fourth story does feel like the weakest of the lot, but as I keep saying, it's just great listening to it. Kick off the shoes and relax. The expectation for it to be great is almost non-existent, which is a plus, because there is no pressure on it to be. It just is. While Dead to the World pales in comparison to the last year's The Curious Incident with the Doctor in the Nighttime, it still manages to close the 2015 calendar on a high note. Okay guys, don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it. Share it on social media if you can. For more reviews, you can subscribe to my channel. I do a lot of Big Finish reviews if you're curious. You can suggest one and have me vet it first. Or look around and see if I haven't already reviewed it. I have a Patreon set up if you want to show your support that way. It's not mandatory, but I always appreciate your support. Let me know what you thought of the review in the comment section, and have a great day.